Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into Shopify stock.
Okay, sounds good.
We've got a whole bunch of analyst reports, dividend information, and some really comprehensive stock evaluations.
Wow.
So our goal here is to really give you the information,
Right.
arm you with the insights.
Yes.
So you can decide if Shopify fits into your investment goals and your, philosophy.
Yeah, that makes sense. To figure out where Shopify's headed, it's helpful to look at where they've been.
Yeah.
Notably, Shopify has never paid out dividends.
Oh, interesting.
This kind of signals that they are committed to reinvesting profits back into the company
Makes sense.
to fuel growth.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure. That's a really important point, especially for investors who are looking for that dividend income.
Absolutely.
But it seems like focusing on growth has paid off.
Yeah.
I mean, over the past year, they've beat expectations for their industry, both in earnings and sales.
For sure. The strong financial performance, you can really see it in the projections for the upcoming quarter.
Yeah.
Their sales are estimated to hit, get this, $2.71 billion.
Wow.
With a range of 2.61 to 2.76 billion.
That's a huge range.
It is. And to put that in perspective, the previous quarter, they had 2.11 billion in sales.
Okay.
So you can see they're moving on up.
Wow. So it's not just a one-time thing.
Right.
This is consistent.
They consistently beat their sales estimates. I mean, 75% of the time.
Wow. That's a pretty good track record.
Yeah, it is. Compared to their industry average,
right,
which is only 66.59%. So they're really outperforming there.
Yeah.
And then, just as impressive, we got to talk about their earnings per share.
Yeah, the EPS.
Yeah, or EPS, right.
Yeah.
Last quarter, it was 35 cents. And right now, the estimate for next quarter is 43 cents, with the range from 29 to 53 cents.
Got it.
Yeah, so pretty big range there, too.
Yeah, but what's crazy is they've been beating those EPS estimates.
Yeah.
For a whole year consistently.
Yeah, for a whole year, 100% beat rate.
100%.
Which is, way above their industry average,
yeah.
which is 66.74%.
Okay.
So, again, they're really showing that they can outperform.
Yeah, that's really impressive. Now, let's see what the analysts are saying.
Right, yeah.
What are they thinking?
So based on 32 analyst ratings, they're saying moderate buy.
Moderate buy, okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Their 12-month price targets range from a high of $135 to a low of $70.
Whoa, that's a big difference.
It is. So you can see there are definitely some varying opinions out there.
Sure. So what's the average? What are most people saying?
So the average price target is $112.94.
Okay.
Which would actually be a slight decrease of 2.3% from the current price.
Interesting. So, even though the general consensus is moderate buy,
right,
there are some people who are saying hold or even sell, right?
Yeah, definitely. Some are saying hold, some are saying sell.
Okay.
So, that just goes to show you really have to,
do your research.
Yeah, do your own research, look into it, carefully consider everything.
For sure.
And speaking of looking into things carefully, let's talk about Shopify's valuation.
Okay, yeah.
So according to Zacks, the company might be a little overvalued right now.
Really?
Yeah, they have this F value score.
Okay.
And it definitely raises some questions about, what metrics are they using to get to this assessment?
Right. What's going into that score?
Exactly. This score is looking at a lot of things like the price to earnings ratio, price to book ratio,
right,
price to sales ratio,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. And then there are other valuation ratios too, like the EV/EBITDA,
right,
and the PEG ratio, and those are also kind of
pointing to overvaluation.
Yeah, they're suggesting that there might be some overvaluation concerns.
Okay.
Now unfortunately,
yeah,
our sources don't have a ton of detailed information about Shopify's market share or any recent acquisitions.
Got it.
So that might be something you wanna look into on your own.
Yeah, definitely.
Do a little extra research there.
Sure, for sure.
And then as far as their innovation pipeline goes, we don't have specific details on that either.
Okay.
But you can kind of get a sense of where they're headed just by looking at those growth forecasts,
right,
and all those analyst upgrades we talked about earlier.
Yeah, those are pretty impressive.
They were, right. So typically when you see that kind of that kind of positive stuff.
Yeah.
It means the company is really investing in R&D
Right.
and, potentially launching new products and services.
Makes sense.
So, I mean, that's definitely something to keep an eye on.
For sure. So to kind of sum all this up, let's talk about, the pros and cons of actually owning Shopify stock.
Right.
Let's look at both sides of the coin.
Absolutely. So on the plus side,
Yeah.
the company has a really strong track record.
Yeah.
When it comes to financial performance.
Yeah.
And the sentiment from analysts is mostly positive.
Mostly, but not completely.
Yeah, right. Not everyone agrees.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's positive.
Okay.
And then there's that potential for future growth and innovation.
Right.
Which is really exciting.
But on the flip side,
Yeah.
there's, that potential for overvaluation.
Right.
Like Zach's was saying.
Like Zach was saying.
Plus, there's no dividend history.
Right. No dividends.
And we also got to remember,
Yeah.
there are risks involved in investing in any
Yeah.
growth-oriented tech company.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just the nature of the game.
That's the game. So let's move on to Shopify's dividend policy.
Okay.
And share buybacks.
Right.
Like we mentioned before, Shopify they've never paid dividends.
Yeah, and to be clear, their current share buyback yield, it's at negative 2.51%.
Oh, wow.
So it seems like they might be buying back shares slower
Right.
than they're issuing new ones, but
Yeah.
it's definitely something worth looking into.
It is, yeah, for sure. And while we're on the topic of things to look into,
Yeah.
our sources don't really give us much on Shopify's ESG factor.
But environmental, social, and governance practices.
Oh, that exactly.
But I mean, that's becoming more and more important
Absolutely.
for investors these days.
For sure.
People who really care about sustainability.
Yeah, yeah.
And ethical considerations.
Right. So understanding their ESG performance can really give you some valuable insight into,
their long-term viability and social impact.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I guess the big question here is, does Shopify stock belong in your portfolio?
Right.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. And that really depends on your own individual goals.
Right.
Your risk tolerance and just your overall portfolio strategy.
For sure.
So, I mean, if you're looking for a company with a proven track record of growth and the potential for future gains,
right,
Shopify is definitely worth considering.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful, right?
Absolutely.
You got to really think about the risks.
Like that potential overvaluation we talked about.
Exactly.
And the fact that, the tech sector can be volatile.
For sure.
So we've given you a pretty good overview here of Shopify.
A good starting point.
Yeah, definitely a starting point. But, before you go making any decisions, we always encourage everyone to do their own thorough research.
Absolutely.
And if you need to, talk to a financial advisor.
Yeah, always a good idea.
Get some professional advice.
All right, so now that we've covered all that, let's talk about something that might be on your mind.
Okay.
We know that Shopify is considered overvalued.
Right.
Based on a lot of different metrics.
Yeah.
But they're still showing this remarkable growth.
They are, yeah.
So, I mean, that kind of creates this interesting dilemma for investors.
It does. It really does.
How do you balance that potential for future gains?
Right.
With the risk that the price might correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a tough one.
It's that classic investment question, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Risk versus reward.
Right.
And there's no right answer.
No one size fits all.
No, because everyone's situation is different.
Exactly.
Everyone has their own risk tolerance.
Yeah.
Their own investment horizon.
Our own goals.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's really what we hope this deep dive has helped you with.
Yeah, to kind of figure out.
Yeah, to give you the knowledge to make those choices.
Exactly.
That are right for you.
You got it.
So we've covered a lot today.
I have.
And I hope, this look at Shopify has been helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
We'd love to hear your thoughts, though.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, after hearing all this.
Based on our discussion.
Do you think Shopify is a buy?
A hold or a sell?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, leave a comment below.
And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, hit that subscribe button.
So you can see more deep dives.
Exactly.
On stocks that you're interested in.
And let us know what you want to see next.
Yeah, we're always looking for suggestions.
Always looking for new companies to explore.
So that wraps up our deep dive into Shopify stock.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, everyone.
And remember, continuous learning and exploration.
Those are key.
Those are key to successful investing.
Couldn't agree more.
Before we go, I want to leave you with one last thought.
Okay.
We've seen that Shopify, they operate in a really dynamic market.
Yeah.
With trends that are always changing.
Sure.
Even though they've been successful. You know, there's always that chance that things could get disrupted, you know?
Yeah.
Or consumer behavior could shift.
Right. That's a really important thing to keep in mind.
Exactly. No investment is completely risk-free.
Nope.
And the tech sector especially, I mean, it's known for moving fast.
So fast.
So as you continue to do your research on Shopify, I want you to think about this.
Okay.
What are some of the potential challenges out there, or market shifts that could really impact Shopify's future performance? And how do you think they would adapt to those changes?
That's a great question.
It is. It's something to really dig into.
Yeah, for sure.
As you learn more about their prospects.
You know, remember, investing is a journey.
It is.
It's all about continuous learning.
Absolutely.
And being able to adapt because things change.
They do. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
We really hope that the information we shared has helped you feel more empowered.
For sure.
To make those smart investment decisions.
That's what we want.
That's what it's all about.
All right, well.
That's it for our deep dive into Shopify.
Yeah, we covered a lot.
We did.
But hey, it's Shopify. There's a lot to talk about.
There is, and we hope you'll join us again next time.
Yeah, we'll be back with another deep dive soon.
For sure. So until then, happy investing, everyone.
Happy investing.